Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we've got another Chelsea transfer news video for you to watch right here, right now. We've got some more massive stories, so you're not going to want to miss out. Okay, so today's comment of the day, there were only a couple of comments from last episode, so if you want to feature in next video, put a comment on this video and then I will choose the best one and you will feature in front of everyone watching it. Okay, so today's comment of the day comes from Joey Hackney, Chelsea FC fan, and they said that they're hearing Havertz and Werner had a bit of a bust up with Frank Lampard, which I personally didn't hear. So if you've got any more information, put it in the comments maybe, and yeah, I'd like to see that. I'll be interested if either play against Man City tomorrow. Yeah, if they don't, then I guess maybe they did fall out, but if they do, then I guess it wasn't too much of a row. And he also finished off with saying that Olivier Giroud won't be going to Atletico Madrid, in his opinion, because he's fighting for a first place striker spot at Chelsea, and still he'll have better playing time at the Bridge, which I agree with, because they already have Luis Suarez, who's still banging in goals over in Spain, and João Felix, who they're really trying to push to become the next best thing. And I think he's already probably first or second choice striker over here in West London. So same, I would be surprised if he does leave to go to Atletico Madrid. Like I said, make sure you comment down below on this video so you can feature in next episode. And without further ado, let's get into it, starting off with Gianluigi Donnarumma. Okay, so the first story today, Gianluigi Donnarumma. Could he be joining Chelsea for free? So we all know that Kepa Arrizabalaga had a nightmare season last season. He obviously came in for £72 million and he has not lived up to that price tag at all. So Edouard Mendy came in this summer for £22 million, replacing Kepa as Chelsea's number one, and he started brilliantly. But however, after his hesitation against Leeds, which led to the Patrick Bamford goal, he gave away a penalty against Everton, which led to the 1-0 defeat away at Goodison, I think it was. And the saves that he would have been making are now going in. So like, if you think about it, a month ago, El Ghazi's finish against us to level the game and finish it 1-1. A month ago, I think Edouard Mendy would have saved that. Just went through his legs. It was quite close in, but I think a month ago, Edouard Mendy would have saved that. And he's kind of recently started to drop off in terms of performances. Gianluigi Donnarumma is out of contract at AC Milan at the end of the season, and he's still yet to renew his contract, and Chelsea are open to sign him on a pre-contract agreement, meaning that he would not cost a penny and all we'd have to pay is his wages. I think that's a great deal. He's still young. I think he's 21, 22. He's absolutely massive. I think he's something like 6'5", which is just insane. AC Milan are currently having a great season out in Italy, with Ibra coming back and really putting in some great performances. They're really giving Juventus a run for their money for the best team in Italy in Serie A, and they're looking to win the Serie A for the first time in quite a while. I think if they do end up winning the Serie A, then Donnarumma will probably renew his contract, but I think if they don't and Juve or Inter Milan end up winning it instead, I think he might want a little bit of change, because he's been there all his career. He started when he was like 17, I think. He's still young, and yeah, for Chelsea, on a free, for one of the best goalies in the world already, I think it'd be perfect. And he also fits in with the young and hungry squad that are looking to win stuff in the future. Okay, so we all know that Thiago Silva came in on a free from PSG. He's been arguably one of the best signings we got in the summer. Kai Havertz and Timo Werner have yet shown their potential. It's not really, at the moment, the 100 and what, like 20-30 million of the combined two, it's not really been proven yet. But Thiago Silva for free from PSG, I think, is probably one of the best signings we've made in the last, what, 10 years. So obviously he's been great. He's so good at defending. He's always there as an option for a midfielder, for a fullback, or the keeper, just to pass it out, and he's so calm on the ball. It's great to see, and he did join on a 1-year contract with the choice to extend it by another year I think he was trying to do that already, so that'd be great to see him stay for another year. He is 36, so probably doesn't have too much left in those legs, but whatever we can squeeze out of him would be great. And obviously, we don't want him to go as soon as he will, but Chelsea have reportedly contacted Strasbourg over a January move for Mohamed Simakan. I'm not 100% sure if I'm pronouncing that right. He's French, so if there's any people watching this over in France, please tell me how you pronounce that. I think it's Simakan. I'm not 100%. But yeah, he's one of the finest centre-back prospects in France. You may not have heard of him. I didn't before I heard this story, but I've done a bit of research. He's 20 years old, and Strasbourg are holding out for a price of £13.5 million, which is 15 million euros. He plays for the France under-20 international squad, but neither Nice or Chelsea, who are the two teams interested, have actually made an offer yet. The transfer window does open today for English teams, the 2nd of January, but for the rest of Europe, I think it's the 4th, so he couldn't actually join until the 4th. I'd love to see him join. AC Milan actually apparently had a £12.5 million bid rejected last summer. Just £1 million or €1 million as well, less than Strasbourg are asking for. So I don't know why they didn't just stretch from £1 million. Maybe they, I don't know, it's just a little bit tight. But he could be sent on loan instantly, like what Malang Sarr did to Porto. Obviously, when Malang Sarr comes back, and you never know, like next 2-3 years, we could have Simakan and Malang Sarr, two of the best. They're both French, they're both young, they're both brilliant centre backs, and they're proven in France especially. If you combine the two, that would be £13.5 million for both of them. And if they do end up becoming two of the best centre backs in the world, I'd love to see that partnership at the club. Obviously, Malang Sarr came in on a free from Nice. That's who I think Nice are trying to replace him with, Simakan. But if we can get Simakan over the line this January, maybe loan him back to Strasbourg for the rest of the season, and see if we can play maybe Kurt Zouma or Simakan or Malang Sarr next season in the Premier League or Champions League. Hopefully, if we get top 4. Okay, so today is Saturday, like I've already said. Tomorrow, Chelsea and Manchester City are due to play, with the game still in some doubt due to the COVID-19 disaster in Guardiola's squad. When I say disaster, it's not an understatement. It's really a disaster. They've had apparently 5 first-team players test positive. 2 of them got tested positive on Christmas Day in Kyle Walker and Gabriel Jesus, and they've been ruled out for the Man City game. Obviously, if you didn't know, they were meant to play against Everton last week, which got called off a few hours before the game, which is a bit worrying, because if the Chelsea game does go ahead and it does get cancelled in the end, it will only get cancelled in the last few hours, which would be a little bit of a heartbreak, because I'm looking forward to see Chelsea play against Man City. Another unnamed 3 of the first team also got tested positive, like I said, but we don't know who is missing just at the moment. But Guardiola said when you see the lineups and see 3 important players missing, you will know exactly who else contracted the virus. Hopefully they're all doing well. I don't want this to be as I hope they're not doing well, but I hope they all get better soon, and I hope they all overcome the virus and get back to their best on the football pitch afterwards. But with the weakened squad for Man City, it may mean that Chelsea have a better chance than we originally thought at beating Man City. We obviously beat Man City last year, if you remember. It won Liverpool the title. It was kind of 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Obviously it won Liverpool the title, but we managed to beat Man City, and it was brilliant. Christian Pulisic having won the games of his life. Yeah, like I said, I hope they'll get better soon and overcome the virus. But City are actually having quite a bad season compared to what they normally have, and yeah, maybe we can get a result and fire our performances forward. Lastly, Erling Haaland agent Mino Raiola has stated that there's been no contact with Barcelona over the Norwegian striker, despite stories that there has been. If you don't know, over in Catalonia, Barcelona, they're having a nightmare. Like I said, the Man City are having a disaster, Barcelona are having a nightmare. Lionel Messi has fallen out with about 6 first-team players, and I even read a story about ter Stegen, making an autobiography movie, and he's put it on hold, and he wants to resume it once Lionel Messi has left the club. I think that's pretty awful. I think they're obviously having nightmares. Messi wanted to leave in the summer. They said no. He's been this season, and they're just having a bad season. And even despite the fact they've got some really good young players coming through, Ansu Fati, Puig as well. I don't know if that's how you say it. Sergio Dest as well, who joined from Ajax. It might have been PSV, one of the Dutch teams. And yeah, Barcelona trying to buy Erling Haaland, along with a lot of other European clubs. And yeah, Mino Raiola has stated that there's been no contact with Barcelona Chiefs. This is actually music to the ears of any other team trying to sign Erling Haaland, as if I was Erling Haaland at the moment, and there's pretty much every team in Europe after me, Barcelona would not be at the top of that list, especially what's going on at the moment. And yeah, I think Chelsea would be a attractive place to move. West London, obviously, London, great city. Yeah, the things that we're trying to do at Chelsea, win trophies with such a young team. And like I made in the other video the other day, his dream player to play with in history was Frank Lampard. He said in an interview a while ago. So maybe he might be swayed in the direction of West London due to Frank Lampard being the manager. And Chelsea are actually keen to strike a deal as soon as this January. And Frank Lampard is telling the club's hierarchy, that's Roman Abramovich, and I can never remember her name, the Iron Lady, yeah, she the negotiator. I can never pronounce it or remember her name. Comment down below who it is. It's completely gone out my mind. But yeah, Frank's asking for the club's hierarchy to prioritise a move for him this January, which could end up being... He's obviously injured at the moment, I think he's still injured. He's a great striker. I'd love to see him at Chelsea. And yeah, comment down below, what do you think? Do you think Haaland will move to Chelsea over the likes of Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern Munich, probably interested, Man United obviously, Man City as well? Comment down below who you think he'll join. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. What do you think of these stories? Do you think they're going to happen? Do you think Haaland's move to Chelsea, not that I personally don't think it will happen this January, I'd be surprised if it does happen, I'd love it to happen, but do you think it will get wrapped up to Chelsea this January? Comment down below. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe as well so you don't miss out on any of the next videos coming up. Tomorrow I'm going to do a tier list of all the potential Chelsea signings that we could get this January, so make sure you look out for that as well. Thanks very much for watching and goodbye.